Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what is attempting to be the best sports podcast here on YouTube. My name is Cody. As always, welcome back to Pack the Bank. I'm joined by my wonderful friends and co-host Aaron and CK. That guy's pretty good at football. Aaron, what do we have on tap for today?
Normal stuff doing Packers to Panthers Corner. We're definitely going to talk about the free agency since that's pretty much on the second wave of that. I think we're going to talk. I'm going to start the episode with a little D lineman ranking, and then we're going to finish with a Packers and Panthers 7 round mock.
Sounds good, man.
So,
Let's get into these rankings.
All right. So this one's kind of hard because there's the D line is kind of it's not the greatest, but it's not the worst either. So putting this together was kind of a pain, but because I didn't really know how to rank these guys based off of certain people's combine and just their how they performed, and then some stuff that's going on in their personal lives. It's kind of hard to really rank them, but this is what I've come up with. Not much. I'll kind of run through these real quick. With Gervin Dexter from Florida, he has good strength and balance to sit down, lock out, and create a pile, which is perfect for when you're at a 3rd and 1, a 3rd and 2, stuff like that. You seem extremely happy. What just happened?
So according to Ian Rappaport, safety Rudy Ford, who was very big for the Packers last year, has signed back with the Packers. It is a 2-year deal worth up to $2.65 million.
Okay, nice,
So,
nice.
Pretty big for us.
Good. Gotta love making your good acquisitions and stuff. So, but yeah, he's good to sit down, create a big pile. He's very heavy-handed and he has very good upper body strength. So he's good at winning with power instead of just technique. He's good. He explodes off the line with a quick first step. He's got agile feet to counter inside closing burst to finish plays out. What I don't, some of his weaknesses, in my opinion, man, his spin move is kind of slower, but I mean, you don't really have to have a spin move being a defensive interior guy. He is susceptible to cut blocks, and it's a tactic that was used on him pretty often because he can't. It's like he can't figure out to avoid them, to beat them, or however you want to word that.
Yeah.
He plays high, kind of, and he's got poor balance at a time. A couple times watching him, he's just his balance isn't all there. And then I did notice watching some of his stuff that sometimes he kind of fails to locate the runner, which kind of hurts. Definitely being a D line, definitely an interior guy. So I mean, I ain't worried about him if they go to the edge or whatever. If they're cutting for a counter or whatever, but if they're going they're coming up the middle, he needs to be the one to be able to locate exactly where these guys, where the ball runners are.
Hey, 6'6", 312 too.
Yeah, he's a monster. He's a big dude. Big dude. Kalaji Kansey, man, dude. I really didn't know where to put him because his dude had a great combine, but at the same time, it's like the 3 above him is also really good. So that's what I'm saying, man. This one was kind of hard for me to do ranking wise.
I really think also it's just because of the comparisons that he's getting. I know that we talked about it.
I don't like the comparisons, man. You can't put that
I
on
know.
somebody.
I know, but I just feel like, if I'm looking at this list, just with the little bit that I know, and especially watching the combine, I think this is kind of good because it kind of dampens those expectations or comparisons a little bit because that's big shoes to fill, man. If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch last week or the week before that's video. Basically, he was getting comparisons to Aaron Donald at the draft. And while their stat lines are very similar, we did actually put the stat in the video. That's big shoes to fill, man. That's really big shoes.
I don't think it's mainly because of his play style. I think it's just because he went to Pitt.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this guy's really good and went to Pitt. They're not. It's like, no, you can't be like that, man. You like you said, you're putting too much. That's too much weight to carry on your shoulders walking into the NFL as a rookie. So,
Well, it's like saying because a Michigan quarterback's good, he's going to be Tom Brady.
yeah.
Like, it's not. No.
But he's hugely productive though, and he's very experienced as a one gap defensive tackle. In 3 seasons, I think he had around 19 sacks.
That's pretty good.
So I mean, it's not like he's not awful. I'm not going to say that he can't be an Aaron Donald, but at the same time, just be Kalijah Kancey. I don't need you to be an Aaron Donald. Just do your job. You'll be. I think he'll be a pretty good defensive lineman. To be honest with you, he has all the pass moves that you would expect from a vet, and that probably coming from training with Aaron Donald for years, being at Pitt, because Donald goes back and works out at his alma mater and stuff. So. And he explodes off the line with a quick first step, and he's got very agile feet. Like I said, I think all this is mainly from working with AD. I mean, he's already there. Why not get into that mind and figure out what you can, learn what you can learn from him? I mean, I would. His main thing when really looking some stuff up, reading about him and all that, yeah, I think his size is what bothers a lot of people. As an interior defensive lineman, man, he's 6 foot 280. He's smaller. He's a small. I mean, that's big to me, but he's still not. He's not the 6'4", 310 or whatever as a defensive lineman.
Yeah,
but mainly that's as everybody was saying. Their biggest worries was about Kancey was his size, but I mean, I don't really think the size is going to matter as much if you can dominate. With all the stuff you learn through the years and stuff, and actually do your job and do it the way they want you to, I think you'll dominate. You don't have to have the size. I mean, that's for any position, in all honesty. Number 3, Sika Ika. I really like Sika, man. Dude's a dog. He's good angle. He has really good angle to the ball, and he has no wasted movement. He's heavy-handed and very aggressive. He can disengage and out-grapple blockers in a phone booth. So, I mean, of course, that means up close in the trenches, you're right on top of people. So it's good that he's able to disengage when he needs to. But he's great. He's a great. He has great eyes of the field, and his agility is fantastic. Also, he's a bigger dude. I don't know his size right off the top of my head.
6'4", 358.
6'4", 358.
Yeah, he's a nose tackle.
Yeah.
He is the definition of he really does need to go to a 3-4 and be a nose tackle because I don't see him being anything else.
He'll be a run stuffing nose tackle. I mean, that's
I don't want to put him in a box, but I mean,
no,
that man is massive.
His issue though, man, he misses a lot of tackles. I don't know exactly I don't have PFF, so I don't know exactly how many he missed, but I know reading up on him and stuff, he apparently missed a ton of tackles over the last couple seasons. He doesn't always play fundamentally sound, and sometimes he lacks technique, definitely in repetition, which is weird. You would think it'd be the opposite. I mean, but I don't know. His pass rush is non-existent, but as his size and being purely a nose tackle, we don't need you to get sacks. We need you to be a run stuffing up the middle guy that's going to create a pile when you need it.
Uh-huh.
You got something about it?
So he had 0 sacks. I'm just going to back a point. He had 0 sacks this season, but last season he did have 6. So yeah, just wanted to show that too. So he can sack people.
Yeah, I mean, of course.
It's just this season was 0. His first season was 1. Last season was 6. So, but like you said, I think he's the perfect guy for the Panthers. To be real, I would look out for him. Hope maybe somewhere in the second if you trade back in your second round pick or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to get him in that 3-4, bring him in there with Derek Brown and all them. Next, man, I got Brian Brzee. First off, I love Brian Brzee's story about I like his story, but I don't like the story about his sister passing away and stuff. It's very heartbreaking. But dude's a dog. I mean, he's. I really like this guy. Elite power and agility. He finds the ball well and he explodes into the backfield at the snap. And his ability to help clean up the extended plays is very nice. He's one of them D tackles, D linemen that's going to be able to maybe shed a block that a run to the outside. He's good at taking good angles and knocking a play down. Helping him out, which is rare from D linemen. Definitely interior D lineman. He does probably need to improve his run game a little bit. He plays upright and struggles with leverage technique to shed or redirect blockers. And the blockers is not elite, so that kind of hurts him a little bit. But and I think he needs to be more the aggressor and tossing blockers aside. It feels like he gets outmanned sometimes. I don't know why that is. I don't know if maybe it's the size of the blockers or what it is, but he's not a small guy. I mean, he's not little, but I don't know if he's. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. And then number one. I mean, it's Jalen Carter without a doubt. Whether it's with the Chargers or not, Jalen Carter could be one of a kind. But after we seen his pro day highlights the other day, well, I guess you call them highlights. The man is tanking his. I don't know what it is going on with him, but he looked
I don't
winded.
know.
He looked just out of it. Didn't care. I don't know what it was. I wonder if he's tanking on purpose.
He may be distracted by the.
He could be distracted, which is understandable. But I still think he should be a top 5 pick. Dude's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I mean, he has so many strengths and not a lot of weaknesses.
If you look right there, you'll see the bag drill that he was doing, and as you can tell by the video, he just does not look very coordinated here. I'm not really sure what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't look like he really. Yeah, he just like CK said. I think he's just distracted. He's got a lot going on right now, so it's understandable why he's being.
But they know he's not going to jail now because they came up. Didn't he get
which helps him?
12 months of probation.
12 months of probation, like 80 hours of community service.
And he got something else. Was it a fine?
Like $1,000 fine, I think. It was like $1,000.
It was
What was his thing again? Like what happened?
It was a street racing accident.
It was where the Georgia Bulldog player
Georgia
and the woman
player.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And he left the scene whenever it happened.
Oh yeah, you can't do that, folks.
Yeah,
can't do that. Don't do that.
But Carter, just don't race. Period. There's no point in it. You don't win anything.
Pink slips, baby.
Carter has impressive lateral speed, able to shadow back in the run game, which is beautiful. I mean, gotta love that about a defensive lineman that can, come back and eat the run up. His quickness and agility is elite, unlike what you just seen in the video. I promise you, if you watch his highlights, dude's got quickness. I ain't worried about that. His change of direction is super quick. He's a defensive lineman who dominates slower footed linemen. So like if they're not the quickest to get off the snap, he's probably just gonna blow right by you and just eat your quarterback alive. I mean, you've seen him in the SEC championship game. He tore up LSU. I mean, he just almost single handedly. I mean, he beat the crap out of him.
He's a dog.
Yeah, he is a dog.
Literally.
He is a bulldog. Yeah, you're right. The weaknesses I got, sometimes he takes sloppy angles to ball carriers. I mean, he gets taken out of the game when he's double teamed. So it's like he's pretty much non-existent when he's double teamed, which I mean it's kind of a hard thing to beat, but at the same time, it's one of those where it's like we've seen other players be double teamed that are as high ranked as he is and can get out of it. I mean, we see Aaron. I'm not making the comparison, but we see people like Aaron Donald do it. I mean, Aaron Donald gets
consistently.
get double teamed and will outman both of you and still tackle your quarterback or running back. That is scary. That's if I triple team somebody, if I'm a head coach and I triple team you, and you're like, no, I'm good, and you outman 3 of my guys and still get the tackle, I think I'd just run the clock out.
Especially when he's not like Sika Ika where he's 6'4", 358. I don't know how tall he is or how big he is, but he ain't that big.
He's the same build as Kalijah Cansey. That's why he's getting the That's why he's getting the comparisons, because like they are the exact same body type.
The body type is
build and everything.
Yep, and the speed.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to add in with Jalen Carter was like if you go to his PFF page, literally it says what can he improve? Very little. Anything I put here would be a minor gripe, so I'm not going to quabble. Carter has the goods. That is literally what it says for what can he improve.
Yeah, Aaron Donald's 6'1", 285. So it's, I mean, he I guess that's where Kalijah's getting the thing from. He's from Pitt. He's literally about the same size as him. I think he's an inch shorter, but he's still, I mean, I wouldn't want that on me. I'd be like, don't do that. Don't call me that, please.
I also have an honorable mention.
But I mean, like those 2 weaknesses for Jalen Carter were kind of just nitpicking little stuff. I guess his biggest thing was he missed time in 2022 for an MCL injury, but I mean, I think he's fine and healed up from that. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah. But, honorable mention I want to bring up is an interior defensive lineman from Michigan, Mozzie Smith.
Mozzie Smith, yeah.
Yeah, he's 6'3", 337. So he's definitely going to be a nose tackle. But some stuff he's good at. He has grown man strength. He needs to improve his hands. So that's all I really have for him. I don't have much to say, but he is a beast.
Yeah. Mozzie Smith was one of the ones I had that could have been Gervin Dexter's spot, but it's just so, I don't know, man. Like I said, the interior defensive line position is actually kind of stacked this year. So they've got some good depth in it, I should say.
Yep.
So
definitely. But
we will I guess we'll jump into Panthers Corner. We don't really have much for that either, but we can jump into it and talk a little bit. All right, so sorry I had to pull up the thing for me to show here in a minute. So, I mean, these are just predictions, of course, because we don't really know anything as of now. But this is what my prediction is for the starting offense for the Panthers this upcoming season. Of course, it's the question mark because we don't know who we're going to draft. I'm not upset. This offense isn't awful. But if we could add 1 to 2 more receivers and kind of shift this wide receiver core a little bit, I wouldn't be as upset. I mean, I think I think if you really do fix the wide receiver and get us a good wide receiver 1, we'll be really good. I'm not taking nothing away from LaVisca and Terrace Marshall, but it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Hayden Hurst, I think, is my favorite person that we have acquired through free agency. I'm very happy about getting a tight end that's, proven and not Tommy Tremble.
Yeah.
Thomas. Oh, wow.
or definitely Colin Thompson. I hate Colin Thompson.
Oh, wow. It's cool when they do it.
I just don't like you, dude.
It's cool when they do it.
It's a problem when I do it.
I'm sorry. I just don't like Colin Thompson, man. He gets on my nerves.
YGM, we love you.
No, we don't.
YGM, if you're watching this.
His YGM hates my Colin Thompson hate, so it's okay, I guess.
It's my Kevin King hate. Don't
as
worry.
much as I'm excited for Hayden Hurst, I'm really excited for Miles Sanders. I know I say not pay a running back, but we didn't really pay him that much, to be honest with you. I mean, after about 2 seasons, we can cut him and we'll be fine, which is probably the plan.
More than likely, yes.
But yeah, I'm excited for this. CK, you got anything?
Not much to add. I think Hayden Hurst is one of my favorites as well. Obviously, a pass catching tight end is a rookie QB's best friend most of the time. Right now, we just have a bunch of wide receiver 2s or wide receiver 3s. We definitely need to somehow get a wide receiver 1, whether that's through the draft or through a trade. I don't think there's a wide receiver 1 in free agency, but I'm hoping that we pick up McCole Hardman or DJ Chark, maybe both. That'd be sweet. So Miles Sanders is great. We lost Foreman, but oh well. I would expect us to either sign a super cheap free agent or we'll probably end up drafting a guy in the draft. So looks pretty good to me.
Yeah. And then we'll jump to the defense. Before, there's two things here that I realized after I made this, I messed up. First, Brian Burns and Shaq Thompson should be switched. And then as Shaq is probably going to be the Mike, Brian will be an outside linebacker / rushing edge. So, so he would be exactly where Frankie Louvu is, just on the opposite side. So we've got Derek Brown, and then I think we're going to use Shy Tuttle mainly as a nose tackle, and then Deshaun Williams, right?
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Deshaun Williams.
So many people going through my head right now. Deshaun Williams is our other edge. Of course, we got our two corners, Von Bell and Xavier Woods as our safeties. And then you see our linebacker core is Louvu, Burns, and Shaq. And then it seems like Chin is going to be our joker position, where he's going to play in the box, could drop back and be a safety that covers the slot. I mean, he could be just a little bit of everything. I don't know exactly what he's going to do, but, I'm cool with him being the joker position. Do you have anything about the defense?
Definitely need another linebacker or two or a bunch, really.
We also have Brandon Smith. So
yeah, you do have Brandon Smith. Defensive line, I think we're done messing with it for now in free agency. For now, but in the draft, I think we'll pick somebody up. Safeties, if you looked at the Broncos, they had like 4 different safeties that they could turn, like it was like a turnstile. They just moved they just kept switching them. So I think that's kind of going to be what happens here. Some plays you're going to have Jeremy Chin playing basically a linebacker. Sometimes that'll switch with Von Bell and they'll move back and they're going to move everything around so that they're basically just going to make it really confusing on people. So, I mean, just get some better linebackers and I'll love it.
Yeah. Linebackers should be a main point for us in the draft and or the rest of free agency going on. I've got.
Shout out Johnny Hickman.
You know what? I'll wait. When we do the free agency, we'll literally go over everybody. I'm not worried about doing the Panthers right now. This is the last thing I have. I have a video to show.
This team does with the number 1 overall pick. They made the bold move last week to trade up to get to number 1, and now they'll sift through the quarterback options. And I think going into the process of evaluating the quarterbacks, I think that Bryce Young is the favorite to become the number 1 overall pick, and they will go in with an really.
Yeah, let's live there for just a second if we can, because some people have thought maybe Anthony Richardson climbed into that conversation after the combine.
C.J. Stroud.
You're hearing C.J. Stroud, especially with that offensive line.
I think going into the process, let me say it this way, I think Bryce Young is to the Panthers what Mac Jones was to the 49ers when they traded up. They traded up with the idea that they really liked Mac Jones, and then they went through the process and wound up on Trey Lance. I think in this particular case, this team moved up with the idea that Bryce Young was a guy that they loved. They also really like C.J. Stroud. He's definitely got support within the organization. And we'll see what transpires during the course of evaluations. But I think at the beginning of the process, it starts out with.
Yeah. So, I mean, I really don't know where to go with this anymore, man. I thought it was really bad when we were sitting at pick number 9. Now that we're number 1, it's like, oh God.
All of the eyes of the NFL are on you.
Yeah,
it's a great feeling.
I mean, it is, but it's like it makes me feel so much better because now I'm not worried about will we get a quarterback. Now I'm just worried about, God, can you please pick the right one? So it's like, and I don't know, man. I mean,
we pick who we pick, and we roll, baby.
As long as it's as long as it's CJ or Bryce Young, you're not gonna hear me complain. At least while we're sitting at 1. If you pick AR Will Levis, I will not be happy. I don't mind AR, but not at 1. Not when you have everybody on the board. I'm sorry. It's not the right pick.
I agree, but it's gonna. I got a feeling it might be him.
I don't know, man. My personal feeling is it's CJ Stroud.
It's gotta be CJ Stroud.
I really think it is. I think the Bryce, it is smoke screen season, and it is until April 27th. So I'm telling you, I'm really thinking that it's Bryce Young, and then when the sound goes off and the draft opens, we're writing CJ Stroud down on the pamphlet and we're turning it in. Unless,
or it could be Will Levis,
or
because nobody's talking about him. Literally, think about it. It went from all Will Levis talk, all of it, and then it switched to whenever we move up to 1, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud." Then they're throwing AR into it.
They're the 2 best though. You can't. I mean,
yeah, but as you said, people are throwing AR into it. Who are they not throwing into? Who are they not throwing anything into?
Do you know why they're not throwing him? Because he probably doesn't deserve to be in the conversation.
Okay, but then why does AR?
Neither does AR though.
Okay, but I feel like AR has more ability than Will Levis does, and that's why
not coming out.
Not coming out. Will Levis has played in an NFL offense. If there's any out of AR, even though I do not like Will Levis, out of Will Levis and AR, if you were to have one get picked at 1, it would be Will Levis. Not to us. I hope not. I hope to God, I hope not. But it's because he's played in an NFL offense. However you want to put it, however you want to put it, he has played in an NFL offense, but nobody's talking about him. That is what's scaring me. Because everybody's going smoke screen season. Yeah. But then they're not talking about this one dude. Now, yes, you don't really have to smoke screen a lot, but still, you never know until it happens.
It's very true.
Yeah, I mean, it has to. But I don't know, man. It really shouldn't be this hard of a decision. It should come down to 1 or 2 people, and you go from there. And I think it's got to be you're in prime position to get one of the 2 best in this draft. Why not take the shot and take him?
I agree.
I know that's not how that works, but still, it's like you're in prime position to take CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. Just take him. See, they've already talked about how they want a quarterback, and maybe that's just them smoke screen people. They want a QB with point guard mentality. The only QB in this draft with point guard mentality is Bryce Young.
Yep.
I mean, I like CJ Stroud, but Bryce Young might literally be him. Like we've said multiple times, if Bryce Young was 6'3", 240, he'd be a generational talent, and I'll argue that every day of the week. So, and it's only because he's a little guy that he's not. And I mean, it is fine, but still, it's. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It should be those 2, but there's gonna be some doubt creeping in, I think.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be doubt until draft night, until after we're done picking. So, it'll be interesting to see where we go from here. But yeah. But that's all we've got for Panthers Corner.
Alrighty. Well, I guess it's my turn then, huh?
Yep.
I like there's an argument in this one.
Potentially. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Packers Corner. Just to start off a little bit, we've got some free agency news, and actually, at the beginning of the show, we also had some more free agency news, but I'll go ahead and go over the 2 that I have on the screen. So today, the Packers signed former 49er safety Tarvarius Moore, who was a backup for a little bit, but he did play like a pretty big role. Nonetheless, I'll post his stats and stuff over the past couple seasons on the right there on the screen. And then we also signed Matt Orzek, who is a long snapper from the Rams. The only thing that I really like about this is the fact that he came from the Rams team when they won the Super Bowl, and Rich Bisaccia trying to kind of make that special teams unit a little bit better, however he can. Went ahead and picked him up. So it's definitely replacing a need, even if it is a very small one, on the Packers. Both of these replace a need because we need safety depth, and we actually got a little bit more help because the Packers, if you guys missed what I said in the beginning of the video, have signed a free agent. He was a free agent. Safety Rudy Ford back to a. So I got two separate, I think, conflicting Twitter feeds here. But I think the general consensus is that the Rudy Ford deal is a 1-year deal worth 2.5 million. So I believe it's going to be like a prove it deal, kinda, and hopefully he'll get a bigger contract in the season, which would be the 2024 season. Next thing, today, Jets wide receiver now Alan Lazard was kind of talking to the New York media in his first interview as a Jet. If you guys don't know, Alan Lazard on Wednesday, I believe it was, or it might have been yesterday, signed a 4-year, $44 million contract with the New York Jets. And he said, it feels good to know that 12 is going to be my quarterback again. Alan kind of went on to discuss how he and Aaron, a little bit before Aaron made his decision to become a New York Jet, went and talked, and we're pretty much trying to figure out what was the best option for both of them. And obviously, they both came to the conclusion that it was to be players for the New York Jets. So Lazard is happy to have his quarterback.
Me and my decision coming here was purely based off of that and making sure that I'm doing what's best for my career. And obviously, him being here it definitely helps, and definitely helps the entire organization be able to take that next step that they need to make a deep playoff run and go win that Lombardi Trophy.
Then Packers have also restructured Rasul Douglas, which helps clear up some cap space. I probably should have put the actual cap number in there, but if you want to actually know the cap number, you can follow me on my social channel at Packers of NC down below. I will also link Aaron's page at Panthers Den because we post on there every single day. So, and then we've got a quote from Rodgers when he was on the Pat McAfee show saying that he thinks, Aaron says, I think since Friday, I've made it clear that my intention is to play, and it's to play for the Jets. Aaron essentially went on the Pat McAfee show and said pretty amicably, I'd like to put it out there, that he didn't have any hostility towards the Packers, even though I think he should. Maybe not spite, but maybe that maybe he found that drive again to play because he was 90% sure that he was going to retire before he went into the darkness. And then from Aaron's point of view, when he came out and checked his phone, he had talked to other players and some coaches and stuff around the league, and pretty much said that Brian Gutekunst and the Packers were pretty much trying to shop him, and he didn't really like that too much. So, especially after them telling him that when he came back that the door would be wide open, and that is seemingly not the case in Green Bay. Now, Rodgers also, I kind of found it interesting that Rodgers started listing off people that he was thankful for. Obviously, he's thankful for the fans, the city of Green Bay, and certain people in the locker room that made his 18 years in Green Bay worthwhile. 3 names that he did not mention. He did not mention Mark Murphy, Brian Gutekunst, or Matt LaFleur, and you just kind of have to wonder if there's some more there that maybe neither side is telling us. But as of right now, Rodgers is going to be a Jet. The trade is, for lack of better words and at risk of me sounding like Adam Schefter, the trade is all but done, pretty much. And so he's going to be a Jet. And I would like to see if I had a compensation pick. There's one that's being kind of talked about right now. I don't know if it's the Packers' actual official haul that they want, but it's looking like they're trying to get something around to the tune of like Denzel Mims with the number 13 pick and a second conditional round pick for the 2024 draft. And I think that's close to what they'll get. Maybe not the players, but maybe the picks. We will see. So moving on, also in the Pat McAfee show, Rodgers talked about Jordan Love, which is, I'll be honest, it's something that Brett Favre really did not do. He was not great to Aaron as a mentor. Brett famously said that
I think as a starter, my job's hard enough to win ball games and be a leader. I'm not. You're not a babysitter, and I'm not by no means talking about Aaron, but he's the starter now.
It's not his job to get the kid that's here to replace him trained up, and that's how Brett felt. Aaron has stated multiple times that Brett was never that great to him. They have a working relationship now, but he was never great to Aaron. So Aaron just really had to watch from the sidelines. But Aaron has taken Jordan under his wing these last 3 years and really showed him the ins and outs. And you can actually see that in some of his throwing mechanics and stuff. I personally saw it a lot in the Philadelphia game this past season. Jordan looked a lot like Aaron does when he's throwing. The way that he comes up to the line of scrimmage, reads at the line, tries to identify the Mike linebacker, and then just the way that he has a release now. I don't know if a lot of you Packers fans remember, but when Jordan first came in and had that preseason game, his very first one, his throw was like, it was such a wind up, and it didn't look as crisp as it does now. It looked very long. It looked like he was really trying to hold on to the ball and make a decision and just kind of second guess himself and like, is this the right decision? And there was none of that in the Eagles game, and that's why I have so much confidence in Jordan. Obviously, I'm wearing a Jordan Love jersey today. Supporting my man, and yeah, I think he's going to be great. Aaron said he's going to be a great player. He's a great kid. He had a great year. Aaron Jones said the same thing in an interview a while back. And then, yeah, this is the last slide. Packers fans, we are officially in the Jordan Love era. I would like to officially welcome you. But I'm very excited. I am very excited. That's what the consensus around the Green Bay community seems to be right now. And if you know me personally, you know that I've been pretty excited to see this happen. Obviously, it is gut-wrenching that we are losing Aaron Rodgers. He was my quarterback growing up, but now I think it'll be very special to see what this young man's going to be able to do. And I think that he'll handle it with grace. I think he's been a very big professional the entire time that he's kind of been handling this Rodgers situation, whether that be the summer of discontent or him being pressured, being a first round pick. Because he didn't ask to be a first round pick. He just got picked there. But even though he didn't ask for it, he still gets all the hate and all the animosity with it. But I think that he's taken that in stride, and I think that he is arguably going to be a better player for it because he's already had to face that adversity. Hopefully he does not get booed at family night like Rodgers did in 2008, but you never know. So, well, I'm excited for the next I'll say 5 to 10 years, man. I'm excited to see what Jordan Love has to offer. Hopefully he brings another Lombardi home to Lambeau. I don't know if he will, but it sure would be great. Drive for 5, baby. As always, if you liked this little video of Packers Corner, you can check us out on Instagram at PackersVNC, or if you want to follow our main pages, you can follow Aaron at the Panthers Den on Instagram, and you can follow our regular page at Pack the Bank on Instagram. All the links will be down below. And as always, guys, until next time, see you later. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Around the League News. We've got some free agency stuff. Aaron, you're sharing your screen, so let's go into the free agency news.
Yeah, so what I wanted to do was go over all the divisions and go over both conferences, all the divisions. We'll talk about who was signed. I'm not going to go over everybody. I'll just hit on some main people, and then we'll grade each of them, each team. So we will start in the AFC East. Let's see. The Buffalo Bills have signed Kyle Allen to be a backup. Matt Milano is back with the team on a 2-year extension through 26. They were able to bring back Jordan Poyer, which I was kind of surprised on that, bringing him back on a 2-year deal. But at the same time, I'm not surprised. I think that's they needed to keep Jordan. I think Poyer really sits well. I think Jordan and Hyde is one of the best safety duos in the NFL. So I'm actually pretty good with that. Overall, seeing what they did, looked like they hit on everything they really needed to do and people to keep and all that. So I'd give it probably about a B minus. I mean,
just out of curiosity, who do you think is the best
safety duo?
Yeah, because I feel like I have an idea, but like it's not the Packers. Like we don't really have anybody at safety right now.
Well, Von Bell and Jesse Bates was a really good one also.
Yeah, I really like Baltimore's safety duo. Kyle Hamilton and
Marcus Williams.
Yeah, Marcus Williams.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good safety duo.
Yeah. I'd have to look at all the duos and actually be able to look at them and see who's all together to really tell you. But I know that they're Poyer and Hyde is one of the best.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd give it probably about a B minus, maybe a solid B.
I'd probably give it a B minus too. Just bringing back some impact players in Poyer and Milano.
I mean, they didn't like gain anybody necessarily, and they didn't lose like any key players. So I think that's a really big thing.
Right. Let's go to the Dolphins. Let's see. So the Dolphins, they got Mike White. Yeah, pretty much. They brought back both their running backs. All 3 of their running backs. Jesus, I know there's 3 of them. Okay, Jesus Christ. They got Braxton Berrios. They traded for Jalen Ramsey. So
I didn't realize the Dolphins got this many people.
Yeah, the Dolphins have made some moves. They've been spending some money.
Why is Chicago like so much in the news? Like Miami got a ton of great players.
Chicago is getting bigger because they've got the most cap, so everybody's kind of watching what they do.
Nobody cares about Chicago.
Not wrong, but yeah. So I mean, with the Dolphins, what they did, I think bringing in Ramsey for like a bag of chips, bringing back all 3 of their running backs, and then Mike White, man, I think I'm still gonna sit on like a B. I'd give it a B plus. I think Ramsey's really gonna be nice. The Ramsey and God, there's so many names here. I keep forgetting these players. What's the other corner?
Xavier
Howard. That's going to be a nasty duo. If they can both stay healthy and play at the top of their game, that's going to be one of the best cornerback duos in the league.
Yeah.
If not the best. So
I'll say this. If a situation with Tua happens like it did last year,
I think they'll be better with Mike White. Not better, but I think they'll be in better shape, yeah.
Yeah, the Dolphins absolutely still have a chance to win. Because Mike White, like what he did with the Jets, that's just the Jets. Like you gotta keep in mind, this Dolphins offense is much better than what the Jets had.
Yeah.
So the line is better, the running back is better, the receivers are better. Like Mike White is gonna ball if he actually gets playing time in Miami.
I'd probably just say the running backs are not better. I think Bryce Hall pretty much had the
Jets did have better running backs.
Yeah. Brees Hall, whatever. He was going to be the offensive player of the
receiver. Sweet.
Had more touchdowns than your boy last year.
I mean,
I hate my boy no more, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know. Yeah.
He also had Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball, so I mean,
with a broken thumb.
And also, he didn't have actually he didn't have more touchdowns, so you lied. So, man, he had 6 touchdowns. DJ Moore had 7.
Oh man, that one.
Stop it. And he had 4 quarterbacks.
Don't do that.
4 different quarterbacks.
Don't do that.
4 different quarterbacks.
4 different QBs. Jacob Eason was a quarterback for the Carolina Panthers last year.
This should not be a flex.
That's crazy, man.
This is a bad thing.
It's not bad when DJ Moore. I mean, I would rather personally have a one-fingered Aaron Rodgers throwing me the ball than Jacob Eason, but I'm just saying.
That's a very fair point.
I mean, let's be honest. But, yeah, anyway, let's go to the AFC North. The Ravens have done absolutely nothing. Lamar Jackson, non-exclusive franchise tag. He's going to be back. What they're doing is they're waiting for somebody to offer him. Apparently, no one's going to, and he's going to sit and be he's going to be a franchise tag player. I would be honestly 100% not surprised if he sat out this season. In spite.
Give him an
F. Yep. Probably going to give him an F because you're telling me you can't get a deal done with Lamar Jackson. You literally just go, "What do you want?" "Oh, I want this." Done.
Yeah.
It is what it is now at this point. Like, if you wanted him, you'd already agreed to what he wants.
That's a fair evaluation.
I think it's kind of crappy.
Yeah, I give it a D-. I don't think Lamar will sit, but I don't think he'll be happy, nor do I think he'll be a Raven.
They've not done anything wide receiver wise, and
that's another thing. Like why if you're gonna have like an actual franchise quarterback, which Lamar Jackson is, he can throw, he can run, he can do all the things that Ravens offense wants. Why not get him some weapons, dude? Like Mark Andrews
asking a question we've asked for years.
Mark Andrews cannot be your only player on the field.
It's bad.
Bro's talking about Cam Newton before Cam Newton.
I'm also talking about Aaron Rodgers. He didn't really have anybody for a long time.
Jordy Nelson.
Yeah.
Prime Randall Cobb. Greg Jennings.
Yeah.
Come on now.
But for a long time, it was just Devontae.
I mean,
I guess we also had MVS. Who just won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Both of them would have been starting in that 2015 team.
Yep.
By a mile.
The Bengals.
Yeah, if you guys would have had MVS, that would have been nasty.
Yeah,
we'd have had any wide receivers, that would have been nasty.
You guys had
the Bengals.
Kevin Funches.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's rookie year.
The Bengals have brought in Orlando Brown, who, if you honestly look back at it, he was the worst of the offensive linemen on the Kansas City Chiefs last year. They brought in Cody Ford, and then re-signing Jermaine Pratt was actually pretty big for them, but they really haven't made much moves. I'll give them a solid C for kind of at least attempting to do something with that horrendous offensive line.
I'll give them a C as well.
Yeah, I'll give them a C. Haven't done much, so you can't really give them anything higher.
Right. The Browns, other than really getting Juan Thornhill and Dalvin Tomlinson, they really haven't done anything. Huh?
So that's a C minus.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with anything they've done. I mean, at all. So yeah, I agree. I'll give you a C minus also with that.
I'd go C minus. Yeah, it's pretty generous.
I also don't like Tristan Hill at all. So
No.
you get a major deduction for that.
Why? I mean, like why though?
He gator rolls people all the time.
Yep.
Well, I guess that's a reason.
He's a dirty player.
Are we going?
Steelers.
Ogunjobi? Nice.
Yep. The Steelers have signed an offensive guard and Nate Herbig. Nice name. They brought in Larry Ogunjobi. They re-signed him, and then they signed Pat Pete to a 2-year, $14 million deal, which is kind of rich, being an older cornerback, Pat Pete. But at the end of the day, it's still Pat Pete. So, I give it C plus.
B minus.
That's a rich grade. I would actually go with Aaron and say C plus. I don't know if you're gonna get that. I don't know if they're gonna get the production that they think they are out of Pat Pete for those 2 years, but we'll see, man.
I kind of wish they'd have been able to keep Cam Sutton.
Definitely should have done that. Yeah,
I definitely think that would have upped their grade for me.
I'm looking at Larry and Cole mainly.
Yeah.
And Pat Pete, it's 14 mil, but it's really like 5.85. That's guaranteed.
Yeah, he's guaranteed. It's probably kind of high.
That's 5.85.
Yeah, it's right there in front of my face. So
yes, yep.
Yep. AFC South.
Golly.
Yeah, the Texans have made some decent moves. They signed Case Keenum. So let's just A plus this and go on about it. So they brought in Bobby Trees.
Who?
Like that move. Big Bobby Trees fan.
Who?
Bringing in Chase Winovich.
Who's Bobby? Who?
Bobby Trees. Robert Woods. That's his nickname. Yeah, his nickname is Bobby Trees.
Who calls him that?
I've literally never heard that.
You've never heard of him being
I've
called
never heard
him.
that.
Never
That's
in
not
life.
been.
Nah.
Don't tell me that's not an actual nickname. I promise you it is.
What is it? Bobby Trees?
Bobby Trees.
Bobby Trees.
They got Jimmy Ward?
I ain't got that far yet.
Yeah, it is Bobby Trees.
You think I'm lying?
I mean, it's a weird.
Yeah, I guess it's because Robert, and people call people Robert Bob, and then Woods, and what's in Woods? Trees, so Bobby Trees. I don't know. I don't keep up with Robert Woods.
It's gonna go in the bloopers.
Shaq Mason, bringing in Shaq Mason was nice by trading. Traded him for absolutely nothing.
700.
Yeah, pretty much nothing. Chase Winovich was nice.
Doug.
Sheldon Rankins was nice. And bringing in Jimmy Ward was very nice. Dude, mute yourself next time you sneeze.
You, Cody. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a good old. I'm gonna give it a B minus.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Mainly for the defensive signings more than the offensive.
Definitely old Scott Dingleberry right here.
All right. Oh man.
Scott Kessenberry, if you're watching this,
shout out.
Shout out,
no free shout out.
Shout out Dingleberry. I mean,
for the Colts, man.
The GOAT.
The Colts brought in Mr. Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Mingo.
So I do actually like Uncle Rico.
Yes, sir.
I do really like that. And then now you guys can get a gay jersey, which is really nice. I think that's it.
What you get say?
What?
What? What are you talking about, man?
They signed Matt Gay as a gay jersey.
No.
Man, I really paid that man $22.5 million.
You're gonna have to edit so much out. I'm sorry. Anyway, I would. Yeah, I'd give him a C plus. Yeah.
God. Cody, you gonna give a grade or what, bro?
Yeah, I'll give him a G.
A G. Oh wow. Oh, that's messed up.
Okay. The Jags haven't really done anything. They re-signed a QB, and then they gave Evan Ingram a franchise tag. Yeah, give him a C.
Is this not everybody that was already on the Jaguars?
Yeah,
Pretty much,
every single
yeah.
one of those dudes is already there.
Except for
Except
Roy
for
Robertson
whoever
Harrison.
that dude is.
Yeah, whoever this guy
Yeah,
is.
they get a C-. Move on. Like,
Okay.
get
The
out of here.
Titans. The Titans, you guys have done absolutely nothing.
Man, y'all boys cut Taylor Lewan. I'm giving you a C-.
Yeah, you guys cut
Yeah,
the
they get an
boy.
F actually.
So, I mean, you guys signed
Tennessee,
Nick
fix
Westbrook.
yourself.
Nick Westbrook. I mean, you guys are signing people you can't even pronounce their name. I mean,
I was
that's
gonna say you said
that's a couple L's, and you cut Taylor Lewan. How do you cut the boy of the boys? I mean, so yeah, I'll give you a nice D. How about that? Nice D. All right, AFC West wise.
said you've had a lot of that.
Pause.
Okay. The Broncos have actually made some pretty decent moves, bringing in probably the potential starter after he takes Russell Wilson's job, Mr. Jarrett Stidham.
How?
Running back Samaje Perine was nice. Chris Manhurt's former
Michael
Panther, Dub. Ben Powers, that dude is a monster. If you haven't seen a picture of him, he is scary. Mike McGlinchey is a very nice pickup. Zach Allen was a very nice pickup. So two of those was really good. I'm giving this probably an A.
I'm giving it an A.
I definitely think Sean Payton coming in was like, that offensive line, awful. Watch this. So he definitely hit on those. So he definitely hit on those. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, I'll give it an A. Yeah, A minus. Okay, yeah, A minus. Either one.
Have you guys ever? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to mock.
Yeah, let's knock out this. Let's do less randomness because I don't like, having the Bears draft like a quarterback if he falls because it's stupid.
AR to the Bears.
Right, yeah, exactly. Let's do a Packers mock first.
Is it numbered like that?
I don't know.
Because they haven't updated it.
Well, it's a pain.
Well, actually, they did because you see the Broncos are technically they're at 5, but it says 67. So they put you where your actual spot's supposed to be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna start with the Packers. We're gonna go in turbo mode. It's new, awesome,
Turbo.
Nice. All right,
Run that back, turbo.
All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is this, because I know he's gonna tell me to do it.
You already
13.
know.
Rodgers. Let's say you guys get a second next year and you guys send 150.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. That kind of sounds a little more whatever. So offer the trade. Okay, guess what, douches? I'm going to force it, douche. All right, anyway. Here we go. All right.
13.
Let me look at something real quick. Guys.
Okay. Who'd you get? DJ?
Bryce Young.
We took Bryce.
Oh. That's okay. That's not bad.
Oh, Jalen Carter to the
Where'd Will
Seahawks.
go?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Will went up to the Raiders. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to do right here, bud?
So here I've actually been talking about this a lot on where did I do it? Oh, I did a mock draft on my Instagram page the other day, and actually I ended up taking Brian Branch at number 13, which I really think would be a good pick for us because that man will still be there at the top. I think we take JSN at number 15.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we are at number 45, and we really need an edge. So I would like to go there. And let's go ahead and get. Let's go with. I want to go with Felix, but I'm not sure. Do we know anything about him?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay.
Yep.
255.
I don't have any of this stuff. I mean, he had 8 sacks.
Oh, what is what did people pick here? Does it say?
Analysis. Tight end.
Okay, well that could actually make sense.
Luke Musgrave is there.
Is he?
Luke Musgrave. So is
and
Darnell.
Darnell.
No. Go get Darnell. Get Darnell.
Bomb.
That's
Hit you.
nasty, actually.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that
And
guy.
then Nathaniel
take
Dell
that.
would be nice. Eli Ricks.
Eli Ricks.
Nice. Wow. There are some good players still on the board. Okay. Let's go actually back to safety, or not safety. I'm sorry. Let's go back to edge and let me see. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and get KJ Henry out of Clemson.
You have so many picks, dude. It's insane.
I know.
Worth it.
Okay.
Ooh, Sean Tucker. What
That's
a
dub.
dog.
Go
a
to
dog.
linebackers. Linebackers.
Ivan
nice.
Pace is a dog.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and get Owen Pepoa, actually. Auburn, shout out.
He did have a great combine.
Yeah. Okay.
Zach.
Now here is where I could see us going for another tight end, just to go with Mr. Mr.
Let's
Darnell.
go.
Zach
That's what I'm talking
Kuntz,
about. That's
you
what I
are
like
a
to see.
Packer.
That's what I like to see. That's a dog combination. Dog.
Dude, Darnell Washington and Zach Kuntz, that would be amazing. Yes, actually. So you already knew because we talked about it a little bit before the show. I think that the Packers this year are actually going to try and target a quarterback in the later rounds for Jordan, or not for Jordan, but like to sit behind Jordan, and kind of be like that young, starter and stuff like
Starter.
that. No. Like Jordan's the starter, but have like a young starter
I was
backup
joking.
relationship. Were you?
Yeah, he's not.
I was absolutely joking.
Oh no, I actually think that we might draft Stetson Bennett. I'm serious.
Pog. Hey, there goes Drake Thomas to the Steelers. Pog.
Okay, and then also I want to go ahead and do. Let's go. What do we need?
You can always get some depth.
Yeah,
It's like
go ahead.
here as you're going.
Third tight end.
They're good. We don't need a third tight end.
This
We'll
is
have three
second
already.
Round 7th selection. This isn't the second round.
With their second round 7 selection.
Oh,
Second
They need to put a comma.
Yeah.
Let's go tackle. Actually, I think tackle here would be good. Yeah, go ahead and pick up TJ Bass.
Dog.
God, y'all are so close together on all your picks, too. That's nice.
Hey, Malik
Yeah.
Cunningham. I'm talking about.
We'll go ahead and pick up another.
Hunter Lipke. I think it's actually like Hunter Lipke or something.
Let's go ahead and pick up. Yeah. Let's go ahead and pick up Muhammad Diabate out of Utah.
Oh,
the linebacker. Guy. Yeah. So many picks. Let's look at the corners.
I don't think you drafted a corner yet.
Not yet. Ooh, Jay Ward out of LSU is still there. Let's Deshaun Jameson's there too. Let's go Jay Ward at LSU.
Oh man, you guys almost had picked Mr. Irrelevant.
Yep. Let's look at another wide receiver. I have no idea who any of the. Oh, Jalen Brooks, is he good?
I mean, he played 12 games and he had almost 500 yards. So I mean, he's not awful for like a backup. I guess he had 1 touchdown.
Okay, he feels like an undrafted guy. I'll go Antoine Green.
Okay.
What?
So mean.
Woo woo woo.
Go away.
see.
Dang, look at them A pluses back there at the end.
He did hit them, and he did hit on those.
A minus. Let's go. Stetson
I'm talking
Bennett's an
about.
A plus. Zach Kuntz is an A plus. Jackson Smith's an A plus. I don't agree with Brian Branch being a B minus there, or Darnell being a C plus.
To think about the rankings of these guys from PFF.
I guess.
I mean, they have Darnell ranked about where you took KJ Henry at. That's where it sucks.
I don't think he's going to fall that far, though.
He's not.
In real life, he won't.
No, in real life, he's not. He's not. I'd be surprised if he falls out the first, in all honesty. If he has I don't know how his pro day went the other day, but.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Looks good to me.
Yep.
That was a header.
It was good.
Would not be upset.
All right. We're not trading, are we?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
At least not this pick.
Who you got?
I'm guessing. I assume CJ probably.
I mean, I want CJ, but I'm not. It's. God Almighty.
I mean, historically speaking, it would be CJ.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get CJ.
Good God.
Ooh, 28 trade offers.
God, everybody's like.
Because Mozzie Smith's there, I think.
Okay, so who's the wide receiver on one of these teams we could trade for?
You could 100% trade for Devondre or DeAndre
That's
Hopkins.
kind of what I was thinking.
I ain't giving up 39 for Hopkins. I'll give a third.
Trade the Vikings for Justin Jefferson.
Right. Force the trade.
I'll try and get back to
Why are the Packers trying to get 45 when we pick it like 40? We pick it.
You
45.
pick it 45. You're trying to move up 39.
Oh, they're trying to move up to 39 for
Yes.
what though?
There's a Ozzie Smith probably.
Josh Downs is still on the board.
Josh Downs is still on the board. I would take Josh Downs if I were you guys.
I would go back to like 50-ish.
Okay.
Not 50,
Boy,
but 50.
it's
I'll go
here
see
down.
Seattle.
Well,
Maybe
if you're
the Chargers-
gonna
what the Chargers have.
if you're gonna switch back to 50 like Colin wants, you guys could always request Mike Evans.
Yeah, right.
You could go Mike Williams
I'm just thinking about getting more picks.
or Keenan.
They do 39 for like 53, 85, like 124.
85.
I mean, because in real life, I don't know if we'll have our third. I feel like we're probably gonna move it for
Yeah.
somebody.
So we'll do this.
Mhm.
See if this works. Okay. All right. And we're gonna go down to here. Tank Dell is still on the board, and so is A.T. Perry.
Tank Dell do fall pretty far. I
So
don't know if we'll do it in real life.
what do you want to look at? Do you want to
Look at linebacker or edge.
Oh, DeMarvin over Sean, dude. That'd be nice. If DeMarvin is still there by 93, I may try to get him.
Sounds good to me. Good. I think Owen would at 93 would be good.
Either one of them, yeah. Those are both nice too.
Click on. Well, I don't know if Isaiah Folksy fits it. I don't know. Man, can you he got 12 sacks, 11 sacks. I mean, that might be it.
It's pretty nice, isn't it? Let me see. Yeah, I think Isaiah's the move here.
You gotta go Isaiah. I think
so
Tank
much
Dell's
faster.
Tank Dell kind of has to be.
Fell so far, dude. I want to see something real quick. Yes. Tank Dell.
Oh.
No!
Oh, did it break? Okay.
No!
I mean, I would say just.
Dadgummit.
Do you think Owen would fall to 114? Do you think we should pick him now?
He could fall.
In real life, I think. Well, then again, I say in real life, Tank Dell's going to go in the second in real life.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, oh man, trade back. I like your thinking. You're not getting their third if you're getting DeAndre Hopkins.
You're not getting none of it if it is.
Force a trade.
Not forcing the trade.
That would be so dirty.
Right. Yeah. All right. What do you want to do here, man?
I mean, I would say either go for Owen Powell or go A.T. Perry.
I'll just take Owen. I feel like A.T. might fall. He did not. All right.
I think we know we already drafted Folksy. Kobe Turner or Ojima. I don't know how big.
I like
think
Kobe
Kobe's
Turner.
290, right?
6'3", 290. 6'3", 280. They're literally the same. A 3-4 DN? Absolutely. We're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Ojimoji.
Ojimoji. Ojo.
Oh, there you go. Yep. Easy pick. Okay. Go look at corner.
I'm surprised Deuce Vaughn has fallen this.
Man, Deuce Vaughn's
like
been taken, but that's cool.
I'm thinking Bennett.
Yeah.
Or do you like the other guy?
5'11". He's little for a corner. It's a midget. 5'10". Look at all these little ass dang corners.
Whoa.
I mean, dude, they're all like 5'3", man. What the crap? Jesus Christ. Get your freaking height up.
Get your height up.
Okay, man, whatever.
You should have been born better.
I think we try and trade back here. Try to get like a 7th or something. Hey, Minnesota, you trying to move back 2 picks and get a 7th?
Give us Justin Jefferson. You can move back 2 picks.
170. That's not a 7th, but you get my point.
What?
That's stupid. What you gonna trade up for, then, boy?
Whoa.
Oh, come on, you gotta give us 2 7s. There you go. Yeah.
Both them?
I mean, try. Offer it and see what happens. I mean, don't give them a 7th. We ain't giving them nothing. See if they take it first. Okay, now take it the late one. They're not willing to do business, man.
They're not willing to do business.
Bunch of
And they ain't trying to move. Oh, dude, Kobe Turner's still there.
Yeah, we also got Yusuf Abadabadaba.
Abdullah is actually a monster.
Abadabadaba.
I'll go. I mean, if you like Abdullah, I'd go.
Mr. Yes, you're Dippin' Dots.
I like both of them, man.
Hey, just flip.
Cam Jones is there too.
Yeah, the baby is also there.
I mean, I think we go Abdullah.
Okay, we'll rock Abdullah.
Gotta
We have a
fix
lot
that
of
edge.
picks until then.
Now you know who I'm thinking here.
Clayton Tune.
If you get a running back,
Stetson Bennett.
click on Tavion Thompson. Like, show more. Look at his weight. 238. 6'2", 238. He's a junior. Oh, okay. Sweet. Love it. I love the pick.
Dog.
I mean,
What? Monster.
he'd be a good. He's a power. Well, I've wanted him because he's a power back.
Owen is legit an F. That is a joke.
That's dumb.
So I'm talking about fix everything, but got your
Pull
2
it off.
edges.
Pull it off, Scott. Pull it off.
And cut your Torger Smatos.
God almighty.
Got 2 edges.
My gosh. You hate that, man.
I don't even know.
With a passion, too.
Trash. Get off my team.
Oh man. All right. Well, everyone, I know this was a little bit of a longer episode, but we genuinely hope that you enjoyed it. We like putting out these episodes for you guys because you get to see kind of how we're thinking as far as like mock season comes around. Draft night is going to be something spectacular, and I'm actually really glad that we're doing it. So tune in, tell your friends about it. And as always, you can follow us on our social channels down below right here. Obviously, I have been Cody. This has been Aaron and CK. We are Pack the Bank. Come back next week to see even more NFL news. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, peace!